a man that won the world's strongest. What the fuck is going on? Jamie Booker won the title of strongest woman at the strongest woman competition in Arlington, Texas. Man. She's not having it, bro. Like, she's pissed. I'd be pissed too. Yeah, you worked your fucking ass off and have that happen. That's crazy.
So at the weekend, the official Strongman Games happened, and this is a federation that people go to and compete to find out who's the best at the world in their weight class. So for instance, they have like the men's under 83 kilo, the men's 90 kilo, the men's 105 kilo, the men's open. They have the women's 63s, the women's 73s, etc. And it's an amazing event run by some amazing people.
Yeah.
And it is also a qualifying process for Giants Live, which in turn
is a rock.
Qualifying process for the World's Strongest Man. So it is in terms of top tier federations, official Strongman Games, we've got World's Strongest Man, we've got Giants Live, and then we've got official Strongman Games. It's literally
so it's like the third one down.
Number 1, number 2, number 3. All the other competitions are underneath that in terms of accolade.
Okay.
You know? So official Strongman Games is an amazing event.
So it's like the third tier event.
To decide who is the strongest person on this planet.
One
of the events hosted this weekend was the world's strongest woman. Now, I only came across this because I saw a post from Andrea Thompson, who has won World's Strongest Woman in the past and has held the world record deadlift, etc.
Good for her.
She's an amazing human being.
Yeah.
And the post, I was just getting this vibe from this post that Andrea was almost like retiring. That's the vibe I got. It was like, I'm, kind of like, this is the last time, blah, blah, blah. I can't remember the post exactly, but it just didn't give a good vibe. So I was like, something ain't right there. So I dug in, who beat Andrea? Because Andrea's a phenomenal strength athlete. Who beat Andrea Thompson? And the name, Jamie Booker, popped up. So I went on their profile. So the bio is Pro Strong Woman. She's put in a latest title from the weekend, World's Strongest Woman 2025, North America's Strongest Woman, second place, winning the classic first place, personal trainer, DM for inquiry. Now at face value, everything seems normal, and if you go into her profile, she's put events from the weekend.
So the thing that never happens happened? So just so I understand this, so the thing that they always say never was going to happen, and the thing literally, like, how is it possible? I'll get to it. I'll get to the South part.
So she's got a coach. Just everything like good luck at official Strongman Games. Everything looks normal. Like there's a bit of a training here doing sandbags, 225 pound sandbags, which is 100 kilo.
Right.
Look at that, mauling it.
That's a lot.
Super strong. 121 pound, I'm going to assume pound dumbbell.
That's a lot.
Last set before.
That's like me.
And she's smashing it. Yeah,
it's like the size of me.
It's going up. Look how easy it looks. But look at the size of this lady. Like, she's got to be 6'3", 6'4". Looking at her, I don't want to upset anybody. 170 kilo, maybe.
I love how he's trying to be politically correct about this. He's trying to guess her weight. He's like, okay, don't want to make anybody mad, but somewhere around there.
175, maybe 180. Close to, say, 380 pounds, 400 pounds in body weight. Like, that is a big girl. Yeah. And if you keep going down, you've got some feats of strength.
Okay.
Like deadlifting 140 kilos.
That seems like a lot.
Very, very easily.
It's like 300 pounds.
Look at that. Like,
wow.
Stiff leg.
Damn.
Yeah, Jesus.
How about that?
Next 141 pound dumbbell.
Wow.
For a double. So what's that, like 65 kilo?
Jesus.
Above the head. Like, this is a strong lady.
Yeah, it sure
so
is.
I asked a few other people, like, where did this Jamie Booker come from? And then I got a response I was not expecting. So the response was like, Ed.
But were you really not expecting it? But is that really true though? I mean, like, but really though?
My God, Jamie Booker is a man. No one knew. She entered as a lady, put on a registration as a lady, did the whole competition as a lady, spoke as a lady, acted as a lady, and she turns out to be a man. And
hell yeah! I won! I'm a strong woman!
how the fuck did this actually happen? How did this actually happen?
And then I get sent some OnlyFans pictures, which I won't put on here. But yeah, there is irrefutable evidence that Jamie Booker is a man. I've seen it myself.
I've seen it myself. Say no more. Say no more. For enough has already been imagined.
I've seen the tackle, the ball and tackle myself, and he's definitely not a lady. So it brings me onto this. Like, geez, what the has gone down?
What the fuck?
Wow. Firstly, Official Strongman and the people that run it, I know, are amazing people, and I know deep down they would not have allowed this to happen had they known, but mistakes have been made. And I'm going to say, mistake, I'm going to say deceit by Jamie Booker. Jamie Booker it's almost like a wolf in sheep's clothing, isn't it? Just like,
bro, he's just going in on it. Actually, fuck it. Like, and this is a big deal. I really respect Eddie for coming out and saying this because, you know, like this guy, like, I mean, he's won strongman competitions before in the past. Like, so, you know, him as like one of the, like, I would say, like, you know, pinnacle athletes in this field coming out and saying this is really necessary and really appreciated. Yeah, this is great.
In disguise, a man entering a women's strength contest. Now, if it was the other way around, so like, right, so let's say a woman transitioned to a man and entered a man's strength contest. They haven't got a hell's chance, like, no chance.
Everybody knows it. And everybody knows. It's so obvious. Of course.
No, doesn't matter how big that
The British police are dragging Eddie out of his house as he speaks. Good luck with that.
Is how strong that woman is. They transition to a man into a man's strongman contest. They are not winning anything.
Have fun.
Point blank, done. Discussion over. But for a man, like a low level, not even an amateur, like a beginner strongman, transitioned into a woman and then into the woman's strongman contest.
That's crazy.
They'll most likely win. Just because of the sheer strength difference.
Because it's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. It's not... Like, I don't even know what to say about this. It's so obvious.
It's just human nature. It's just the way we are. It's the DNA. And this has happened. Like, Jamie Booker's... I'm not going to say lied, but it's just deceited.
It's hard to know how it happened, right? I mean, we don't know how it happened. I mean, a mistake could have been made. It could have been an oversight. Maybe it was a lie. I mean, who knows?
Up front. Like, you should have been up front. You
Biology
should have
said,
I'm a man. I now identify as a woman and I want to compete in the women's World's Strongest Woman. And what most likely would have happened is the official Strongman Games and the owners probably would have gone, right, okay, there's obviously a class for this. Can anybody else enter with you? And let's create a transsexual strongest person.
Sure, yeah, that's fine. Exactly. Yeah, you want to have a third league and have people that have, you know, like different gender identifications compete in that. That's fine. Yeah, what's the problem with that? Go ahead.
I don't know. World's Strongest Person. Okay, so and most likely that's what would have happened. But it's just the fact that she's done this under the radar and deceived a lot of people and a lot of women. Now,
I mean, the thing is, like. That's crazy if she actually didn't even say that. Like, if you're actively trying to hide the fact that you are the other gender, especially for something like this, right, where you do have an innate physical advantage for, that's crazy. I'll be right back. Give me a second.
What grinds on me is that these women put their heart and soul. Let me just bring up Andrea Thompson. So here we have Andrea Thompson.
I really hope he's going to use the like, that they're putting in all the effort and he's taking advantage of it.
Thompson.
Like, okay. I want to see that.
And she is a sports person, silverback athlete. 2018 World's Strongest Woman Opens. 2023 World's Strongest Woman Masters 40 plus.
Wow.
Qualified PT online coach. And if you go down to Andrea Thompson's profile, you'll see posts of her. Like, this is one of the trophy. This is the post I saw. My last official Strongman Games, World's Strongest Woman 2025. Now that to me implies that this is her last time she'll be World's Strongest Woman. Most will be pleased with second. I'm not. Came for the win, but
I wouldn't be pleased either, given the situation.
In hindsight, I knew loading the stones would be my weakness, but we always hope for a miracle. Congratulations to all the ladies who put in a good fight. Some dark horses, who I know we'll see again moving up the ranks.
Some dark horses. Is that what she called it? A dark horse. How about that?
Thank you for all the support, messages and kind words I received. No time to dwell on what could have been. I'm off to Singapore.
You don't hear that a lot.
That was 5 hours ago, so I'm sure this is going to be after all the controversies come to light.
Of course.
Andrea Thompson, I mean, look, this is her doing the deadlift.
500, Jesus.
It sounds like it was a close contest. Like, Andrea Thompson is a powerhouse.
So she almost won even with competing against a biological male. That's fucking impressive.
Andrea is give her heart and soul to this sport. Like, she has dedicated her life as a strong woman. She's probably worked a full-time job during the whole process as well. Sacrificed time with her partners, her kids, social life.
Absolutely.
Like, she's given her life to strong woman. Now, that's what grinds on me, is that somebody's sacrificed.
I'm really glad that he's using this line of like argumentation, because it's like kind of emotional messaging, but I think it's the one type of messaging that is the most counter to the acceptance of it, is that you're basically taking advantage of a person's entire life's work and, you know, them being at the pinnacle of their athletic career, and then you're just doing this because, and this person now is not able to reap the benefits or the satisfaction of being able to achieve that. I'm very, very glad to see this. I totally agree with him too, obviously. It's both emotional and logical. Yeah, I guess so.
So much. If that was my daughter in that situation, and she took her body to the limits, took her body to the absolute breaking point, and put her relationships at risk, sacrificed time with her kids, spent thousands of pounds on physio, food, recovery, travel, to then go a contest and lose to a man, I'd be fucking I'd be really angry if that was.
Yeah, I'd be fucking furious too. Absolutely. Yeah, it sucks.
If that was my daughter, and I've got daughters, you know, and I don't want my daughters to grow up in a world where that's okay, because it's just not okay.
It's not fair. Yeah, it's not fair. And the problem is that there will be some people that will come and take what he's saying here as being transphobic or something like that. But this is one of the instances, like, we're not talking about somebody, you know, like identifying as something like, or wearing a dress, or whether somebody's able to wear makeup. Like, you're really talking about, this is one of the biological differences. It's kind of like all of these people talk constantly about how, you know, gender and sex are two different things, but this is one of the instances where actually that argumentation works against you, because in this instance, you're talking about sexual advantages, like genuine sexual advantages that are based off of the innate characteristics of someone being a male or a female. And really, I think that transcends any sort of, like, you know, fucking social messaging, right? It goes way, way beyond that.
So I really feel.
That's why I keep saying she. Oh, I don't care, because here's the reason why. This is the reason why. I don't have a problem with people identifying as trans. I have a problem with people identifying as trans and then invading women's spaces. That's what I have a problem with. So, like, if you want to be trans, that's fine. I don't give a shit. Go ahead, right? You want to wear a dress, wear makeup, and call yourself a woman and get surgery for it? Have fun, right? It's your life. You're going to be able to do what you want. And also, if you don't want to respect somebody's pronouns, then don't do it. I don't care. It's not my problem. I'm not your dad. But, like, I'm just telling you the way that I do things, right? Is I usually generally respect people's pronouns, but at the same time, you know, I recognize that there's a biological difference between a trans woman and a biological woman. I think this is, by the way, my perspective on this is the perspective that I think most people have. Like, they're willing to play ball and be reasonable and be polite, but at the same time, don't wear it out. I do. I think this is the way most people feel. No, dude? That's fine. I mean, if you don't feel that way, I'm not going to tell you that you're wrong. I'm not going to tell you that you have to think the way that I think. I'm just sharing the way that I feel. You ask me a question, there's my answer. There you go.
For Andrea, and she's probably too polite. Like, doesn't want to have a battle online. And
well, no, it's because nobody, and the thing is, like, she doesn't have a big social media presence like Eddie has, right? Like, nobody knows her really on the same level that, like, they know Eddie Hall. Like, he's like one of the like top most well-known people in the sport. So it's like whenever you come out and you say something like that, you're going to have a ton of people that will attack you maliciously and like be hyper hostile to you if you speak out against this at all. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at her not speaking out about this. I'd be afraid to do it too. Yeah, I totally get it.
Get into the ins and outs of it. You know, she's too nice. But something needs to be done here, and I think I think now the truth is out, and I think now the news has come out she is a man. I have a feeling.
Well, I think that really this is what I know. Like, if this person didn't say that they were trans whenever they entered into the contest, they did so on a level of bad faith that is just completely manipulative and extremely problematic. So to me, like, that's how I see it, is that, like, this is a person that very clearly is acting in bad faith. They're trying to do something that they shouldn't be trying to do.
The title will be revoked by Will's official statement. I think now the news has come out she is a man. I have a feeling that the title will be revoked by Will's official Strongman Games.
Right.
And the people that own it will do the right thing, because they are good people. And it's not about upsetting Jamie or anything. It's not about that. Mm-hmm. It's just about doing the right thing. If they want to come and compete in strong man, strong woman, or will...
It sucks that, like, there's, like, so many cuts, obviously. Like, you saw there's, like, 5 cuts here. And I think probably the reason why is that he probably had to do, like, retakes for this to, like, make sure that people don't, like, try to take it out of context and turn him into, like, this horrible person. Which he's obviously not. I mean, this is a completely reasonable, normal position to have that I think most people agree with and understand. But, you know, it's unfortunate to see somebody, you know, and maybe that's not the case. Maybe I'm wrong about this, but, like, I just feel like it's a little bit of a coincidence, right? And so to see that happen, it's disappointing to see people that are, like, so afraid and, like, self-censoring themselves about it. Walking on eggshells? Yeah.
Strongest person, then let's have a discussion and let's create something fair and equal that allows the women to do their thing without being stamped on.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. I think that's what needs to happen. And
exactly.
Yeah, let's have a conversation. What do you think in the comments? Hit me up in the comment section. What do you think should be done about this? And what is the fix? What is the remedy? What is the cure?
I think eat and delete. It's pretty simple. Yeah, you just simply revoke it and say it didn't happen. Like that, like we had somebody that, like, was a biological male that competed in a women's competition. We didn't know at the time, our bad. And now the actual winner is this other person. I feel like it's super simple. There it is.
But for me, you know, as I say, if that was my daughter, I wouldn't stand for it. And I'm sure Andrea's dad
absolutely
would be the same. Mum and dad would be furious, alive or not. I don't know what they are. I'm sorry, Andrea, but I'm sure they would be not happy hearing their daughter lost something that she fought her entire life for to a man.
Oh,
it's just unfair.
Oh,
anyway, guys, I just wanted to come on and talk about that. Yeah, just it's happening a lot in sports, isn't it? It's been going on in swimming.
It did happen in swimming. I saw that. The Olympics,
over Olympic sport.
And they changed the rules for the Olympic Games because of that. The Olympics recently ruled that anybody who's not a biological female cannot compete in a women's league, which is like, I mean, it's crazy. You know what's so insane is the fact that we're even talking about this. What the fuck is going on? Can you believe that? Oh my God.
And we just need to...
Wow.
We all need to find a middle ground, and we all need to find a place where everyone can be happy.
I think it was.
Also be fair as well. You've got to be fair to people. As I say, these people sacrifice their lives for sport, and their parents sacrifice their lives for their kids, taking their kids to sessions when the kids, you know,
and it's also like, it's just common sense, right? You've got 12 competitors, 20 competitors, and one person is competing on an uneven playing field. Well, that ruins the competition for everybody else. Even if, like, let's say you get 3rd place instead of 2nd place, let's say you get 7th place instead of 8th place, that's still a person that shouldn't be there. And like, I don't understand how anybody can look at this and not see that this is just a blatant level of unfairness that should never be tolerated by anybody. Like, I view this issue as like the like hyper leftist, like flat earth issue. This is the kind of stuff to me that it's like, okay, well, if you believe this, you have departed from the realm of rationality. Like, it's very obvious that biologically there's difference between men and women, like in terms of like, you know, athletic performance, right? And like what people are capable of. And so when I see somebody that's like unwilling to accept that, or they're going to try to like, you know, make exceptions and try to like, oh, but what about this other thing that doesn't make sense? You really like, I mean, you're talking to a retard, right? You're talking to a retard. You're talking to somebody who has been ideologically captured, and they're not thinking about things.
So much time and dedication goes into this, just needs to be put right. So hit me up in the comments. What do you think should happen? What do you think should be done? And what is the answer to all this? And Jamie Booker, like, I'm not going to mock you at all. I'm just going to say, just speak to people. You've got to be upfront about this shit.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, like, it's fine. Like, if you want to be a trans, like, you know, power lifter or like athlete, then go ahead. You know, more power to you. The problem isn't that you're trans and you're doing the sport. The problem is you're actively trying to compete against women and take away their representation in the sport. That's the actual problem. Like, that's what people are actually mad about. And this is, I think the problem is that, like, this one individual person is not really reflective of, like, this isn't the way, like, believe it or not, all trans people don't think that this person is great, right? Like, there's obviously, like, you know, going to be contention even inside of that community as to whether this is acceptable or not. And I think a lot of them probably are going to think the same thing that Eddie thinks. They're probably going to think the same thing I think. Like, where it's like, okay, well, yeah, we just want to be treated this way in society, but like, obviously in situations where it's biological, there should be a difference. Of course, it's common sense. But the problem is that there are some people that try to interject themselves and put themselves into the conversation that are really just doing it for virtue signal points, right? They don't really care about trans issues. They don't care about trans people. They don't care about equality. They don't care about fairness. They don't care about anything, right? The only thing that they care about is inserting themselves into a space and then acting as the arbiter of what's good and what's bad, and then appointing themselves as the person who's good. That's really what they're doing, because in my opinion, I think that stuff like this and the defense of it and the obfuscation of it being bad is actually doing more damage to trans people than transphobes are. I think that it is, because the reason why is that a lot of people that hate trans people are, you know, sometimes they can be like very extreme, and it can go to the point where I think sometimes it's irrational, right? It's like just a little bit too far. It's like, you know, you've crossed over from like criticism into like harassment and like hostility and just being mean. And so, but what this does, I think, is that it radicalizes a lot of average people, a lot of like well-meaning, good-intentioned, average, everyday people whenever they see something like this happen, and then they see it being defended. And I think that that's what really kind of pushes people away from supporting the cause. Being trans is irrational. It is irrational, but people, I mean, getting tattoos, you could say, is irrational. Like, being a furry is irrational. Being a drag queen is irrational. If somebody has a right to be irrational if they want to. Now, my point is, though, that I think that the biggest victims of stuff like this and the advocacy for it are actually other trans people. And I think that what happens is that, you know, you do get people that are relatively apolitical, right? Like Eddie Hall, that are talking about this. And I think that they contribute to a negative sentiment towards trans people by their actions. And I think it's an undeniable reality, in my opinion. It's undeniable that these people that have been trans have like gone out of their way to do this. And I think that in doing so, it has massively negatively affected people. Like, that's really what it is. So, yeah. And they responded radically because they've got pushed radically. Exactly. Yeah, you can't push people into a radical position of saying that men and women have the same biological capacities and then expect for them to just be like, oh, okay, yeah, all right.
You have. I'm sorry, you have. What if I know I wouldn't get away with it, but if I dressed, you know, shave my beard off, put a wig on, put a dress on, and sneaked into a women's strength competition. It's just so unfair. So unfair. People fight their whole lives for those titles. Anyway, I've said it over and over again. I don't want any. Please, I do not want anything said or done to the Jamie Booker. Let the organisers deal with this.
They can handle it. They handle it.
I don't think
Seems
anyone
like they
should
have.
go online and start bashing people. And people
there's no reason to do that.
And people have mental health to think about as well, and we should think about that too. So let's be civil. Let's be right. Let's be as politically correct as we can, and get through this troubling time in the world of strength sports for women.
Yeah.
Right then, guys. Don't forget to check out the channel, the other videos, and also Black Friday sales are now live on beast.co.uk. We've got up to 50% off the entire site, so go and check that out. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Big love, the Beast.
There it is. So yeah, let me go back. I'll go ahead and show you guys a video here. This Beast, bring his sales up. Yeah, I mean, good for him, right? He's trying to not go to UK jail. Yeah, right. And so anyway, this is Eddie Hall video, right? I thought I was subbed to him. And he is a very, very well-known, like, strongman. Like, he was on shows. He's been on a number of other, like, things about it. Like, he's very famous, very well-known. He's got 3 million subscribers, obviously. Very known. Make sure to give him a sub, give him a like. He's a good guy. I've seen a number of his videos before. Seen him some other stuff as well. And so, dude's jacked. Yeah, he's really big. And, there you go, man. And so, he's the strongest man in the world for a while? Yeah, he was. And, what is this here? Breaking Strongman Games World Championship said they were unaware that Jamie Booker was a male, and, when he competed in the women's category, and now have disqualified him and stripped him of his titles. So this is again, another very good ending to a ridiculous story. I can't even believe this shit still happens, but, the positive side is that it's very rare nowadays, which is good. And I wanted to provide an update on what's happening following the official Strongman Games, which were held in Arlington, Texas. It appears that an athlete who's biologically male and who now identifies as female competed in the women's open category. Official strongman officials were unaware of this far ahead of the competition. It's crazy. Like, I do think that this person deserves some criticism for competing and then not disclosing this to the people running it, right? I mean, you obviously you're a strong man, right? Like you're an athlete. You know what the difference is. Like there's nobody who's like an elite athlete that doesn't understand this difference. They understand it better than anybody else. So it's manipulative, duplicitous, deceitful behavior, and it's just totally unacceptable. It is. And an attempt has been made to contact the competitor involved, but a response has not been received. Had we been aware, or had this been declared at any point before or during the competition, this athlete would have not been permitted to compete in the women's open category. We are clear, competitors can only compete in the category for the biological sex recorded at birth. Official Strongman is inclusive and proud to run events which do not discriminate against athletes based on personal characteristics. Any athlete is welcome, but it is our responsibility to ensure fairness and ensure athletes are assigned to men's or women's categories based on whether they are recorded as male or female at birth. This is the most reasonable and normal opinion that you could possibly have. So yeah, there you go. And what is this here? If I can find it. And where did it go? This is. Let me go and see if I can find this here. What is this comment here? Jamie Booker winning World's Strongest Woman contest is such an incredible achievement, and we need to be lifting her up, not smashing her down. She's the world's strongest woman. Sorry, TERFs. Well, that sure didn't go very well, did it? Yeah. Oh, man. Wow, I don't even want to read these. Okay, so, yeah, call the retard police. I guess so. I'm gonna get banned. LOL at my downvote ratio. Good to see the TERFs are out in force today. Do you feel this helps with trans rights? Most educated people believe women shouldn't be allowed to compete in women's sports. Yikes, sis. Great argument. Like, this has got to be a troll, right? Like, you've got to be a troll if you're doing this. Oh my God, a new win for the patriarchy. Yeah, I guess so. And what's a TERF? Trans exclusionary radical feminist. It's a term that's used for women that acknowledge that somebody can be trans but don't want to share women's spaces with people who are trans. That's like J.K. Rowling is a good example of this, right? And that's what the term. And again, I'm not arguing about this. I don't want to debate it. Like, you guys know what my position on it is. Like, so woman, yes, basically, right? And so, but that's what it is, right? I'm not saying this is what it is or it's good. I'm just saying this is how it is. So yeah, anyway, normal people, yeah, I mean, I would say that I agree with TERFs. I do. And I think that most people do, by the way. So yeah, the title was just stripped from Booker. Still won. No, they gave the championship to somebody else. Yeah, they just gave it to somebody. What do you mean? They still won. No, they didn't. So yeah, anyway, let me see here. How does she compare to an elite male? Well, probably not even remotely close, right? So Strongman Games wants us to believe they had no idea this dude was competing in women's category until after he walked off of the titles. That's not an oversight. That's organization asleep at the wheel and now scrambling because they got caught. I think the fact is that, like, a lot of them didn't expect to see something like this happen. It's kind of like a lot of times you can get away with something by just being like, I remember, like, for example, like, we used to buy eggs to make omelets. We would make a lot of omelets, usually on people's cars and houses, but we would make omelets usually on the weekends whenever we were in high school. And I had a friend that would buy 1 box of eggs and then he would walk out with 2 boxes of eggs. And nobody ever did anything, because if you just, like, most of the time, a lot of crimes, you can get away with a lot of crimes. I'm not saying this is a crime, but you can get away with something that's deceptive if you play it off as if you're supposed to be there. You absolutely can. And a lot of people know that. I mean, you guys probably have been in a situation like that. You've seen somebody in a situation like that. It's like that robbery in the museum. Yeah, exactly. You just walk in and act like it's yours and you walk out with it, right? And so I don't think that they really deserve a lot of blame. I think that there's like accountability where it's like, okay, you need to make sure to know about this. They knew damn well and only yanked the title after the internet exploded. Real champs like Andrea Thompson get shafted because of this farce. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just, again, how did everyone else in the world seem to know that he was a man and they didn't? Because he just literally signed up and that was it. Yeah, just went and signed up and there was nothing else more to it than that. So yeah, I don't know. The Bill Clinton kid, yeah, that's a perfect example. Like, how did the Bill Clinton kid get up on the Game Awards? The fucking the speech thing. Well, the reason why is because he acted like he was supposed to be there. So I don't think that they deserve any harassment or, like, a lot of, like, strong critique. I mean, obviously, like, yeah, it's not the way you're supposed to do things, but they made a mistake and that's the way it is. It's plausible deniability. Yeah, exactly. He blended in. He did. He was slippery, wasn't he? So yeah, that's what I would say. Why don't the trans community promote equality to women in the Middle East, though? All right, because they'd be throwing buildings. Well, I do think that, again, it's because they're not even in the Middle East community. That's the reason why. And also, they're not part of the Middle East. I mean, but again, I do think that there is dissonance whenever you're supporting, like, I'm trying to think of a good way to say it. Like, if you're supporting, like, cultures that are, like, going and throwing people off of buildings, it's obviously a bad thing. There's no other side to throwing people off buildings. This is clearly bad, and anybody that thinks it's not is out of their fucking mind. So yeah, they act like it. Exactly. It's crazy to see people support that. So yeah, only bad. Absolutely. Who are people? People on the internet, obviously. And so yes, there we go. It actually happened. It actually happened. Holy fucking shit. I swear we're not all like that. This is crazy. I know that most trans people think it's fucking retarded. And here's what's crazy about it. This is even on the trans sub. Even on the male to female Reddit trans sub, this person got downvoted to 0. And I think this is, and this is before I even pulled it up or anything like that. It was at 0 beforehand. Most people don't support this. Even in their own home field, on their own home turf, I guess, well, pun intended in this circumstance, right? On their own home turf, they don't even support it, right? So there you go.